Thanks so much for being with us here on the Market Day Report. I'm Marlon Bowling with you here on a Tuesday. Is it a turnaround Tuesday? Everybody wanted to know if it would be or not. Let's take a look and look first of all at our corn market this morning. Of course, yesterday was kind of a lousy day in all the grain trade and livestock trade. Everything seemed to be showing downward pressure yesterday. Well, this morning we came in and we had just a little bit of a firmer tone, but that's kind of easing away, eroding a little bit right now. December currently down a penny at 3.28. March down a penny at 3.38 per bushel. On the soybean side, we'll take a look at November. Now we're down 4 3/4 at 9.40 1/2, and we currently have January down 5 1/4 at 9.46 1/4. And we also have Todd Bubba Horwitz standing by in Chicago. I understand he's at the edge of the trading floor. And Todd, we have a lot of data to digest. USDA had their update yesterday from the crop progress numbers. Basically your harvest update, if you will, in most categories. Seem to be kind of, I guess you would say, lackluster. Most folks kind of shrugged when that number came out. So what do you think is driving the market activity here today, in your opinion?
Good morning, Marlon. I think really we're just in what I just taped as a torture chamber right now. We're not doing much of anything. It's really a battle here, just kind of holding up water. You know, the entire financial system is kind of at bay here. And I think what the markets are thinking is that there may be a higher dollar coming down the road, which is, again, one of the fears. We're not seeing dramatic selling. I mean, soybeans, for example, 9.40 to 10 was our level. We got down to 9.40, went back to 10, now we're back to 9.40. I think that's probably a reasonable place to step in. Soybeans seem to be the only ones that have any real volatility. Corn has been just kind of drifting lower, and we'll see. Now, it's got to hold here pretty soon, or we could see some more ugliness coming here, but I think it will hold. I think you want to be more patient here, and this is where hopefully everybody's hedged and they're protected so they don't have to worry about these moves. And wheat, again, is just on its own right now. It just refuses to try to make a move up. But I think if wheat and corn hold their lows, I think we'll be fine. But overall, it's very quiet and very sedate here on the floor, and there's not a lot of action, which is just, you know, it's typical over this time of year, but we've got so many other things going on throughout the markets and financials. I mean, if you look at Deutsche Bank, if they go out in Germany and they don't save them, our dollar is going to spike because it's going to end up being bailed out. So that's, I think, some of the concern we're seeing. But overall, markets are really just kind of on edge, waiting for something to happen to get the green light to go up or down.
All right, very quiet trade, that's for sure. Now, we did have news this morning when we came in. USDA, just like last week, had a second straight day of overnight sales of soybeans. This time reported to China. It was 120,000 tons this time around. Yesterday, we had 240,000 tons to unknown destinations. So we kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge on that deal. But just like last week. But again, it didn't seem to really give that soybean trade any traction at all. So it's not enough for the traders to hang their hat on, apparently.
And I think one of the things we have to always remember, Marlon, is price is king and price action is the real king. I mean, reports are reports. You know, people know these things. They've got them. The price action in soybeans has been pretty much on spot, on target, 9.40 to 10 bucks. I don't think that'll change here. But it's really about the action, and we see slowing action, which is just a sign. Grain markets typically will drift to the downside when there's lack of any real energy because there's no dividend, there's nothing going on there. So either you're speculating in there and you're trying to find and chasing yield there, or you're selling. And I think right now we're just seeing that little bit of a drip selling. I expect to see a rally the next day or so. I expect to see, you know, a hard rally. Now, if the rally's too hard, it'll just mean another opportunity to sell. So that's what I'm kind of looking for here, is how the rally we're going to get a rally. Now, how it comes and how fast that's what I'm going to be looking for.
All right, let's take a look at the wheat. As you mentioned, the wheat a little weaker right now. Down a penny in Chicago December at 3.95. Kansas City December is currently trading 2 3/4 lower at 4.11 1/4. Minneapolis spring wheat trade, we have December up to at 4.96 1/2. The cotton market right now has December 5 points higher at 70.13. Todd will bring you back here in a moment. We'll talk a little livestock when we return right after this. And we're back with you here on the Market Day Report. I'm Marlon Bowling, and we're going to be taking a look at your livestock trade along with a little extra help in the form of Todd, Bubba Horwitz of BubbaTrading.com. By the way, Todd, before we get rolling on the livestock side here, just wanted to point out for folks that may not be familiar with it, on BubbaTrading.com, you have a lot of educational stuff on there that folks might want to check out as far as maybe, let's say, getting boned up on the market activity here as far as best techniques to use, best practices.
And we just did a great webinar, which I have a recording. Anybody's welcome to have the recording if they want. It was, it's about the marketing plan. It's about preparing for the future. And, as we look at all these commodities, there are things, some people might want to look to buy oil here and lock in their price for next year. So there's a lot of good stuff there, and we love to help and we love to be part of it.
Well, very good. All right. Now, on the livestock side, this morning, when we look at our cattle market, we didn't have any cash cattle trade yesterday. And the trade seemed disappointed that the cash market activity just shut off at about noon or so, or midday on Friday, in advance of the release of the cattle on feed numbers that came out. And then they came out, the cold storage numbers came out, and then the trade reacted with a yawn. They tried to firm up on Monday morning, but fell apart. Now we're sharply lower today on Tuesday. No turnaround Tuesday today so far. October live cattle down $1.82 at 105 even. That's $1.30 off of our earlier high. We have December down $1.47 at 104.65. Feeder cattle trade, as we switch over there, we have October down $1.37 at 129.68. And now you have November down $1.63. Last trade 126.25. So what's going on with this cattle market here? We had about 2 or 3 weeks of a good rally there. We've sold off. Are you looking for maybe a technical correction, maybe some Fibonacci retracements or something that might support this market here?
It's a good question. I'm not a big Fibonacci fan, but I am a big fan of price, and I am a big fan of where we are. I thought that the fat cattle did a great job and ran, broke through 106, then broke through 109 and held right where it should have. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't hold at 106 on the way back down. Now we're in the 104 level. I think 104, 103.50, that's going to be a very determining point here on whether or not we're going to turn around here. I think they'll hold, but I think that it's going to be a big decision here. And I don't want to see a total turnaround Tuesday where we get one of these gigantic and we end up limit today, because to me that will just be short covering, and then they're going to come in and hammer it again. I think that the feeder cattle is the most disturbing right here. The 130 level is holding. We're just a shade below 130 in October. Now that's got to hold here, or we're probably going to see 125. I think we can hold. It's shown some good action, but its inability to break out to the upside when the fats were breaking out a little bit and we had everything in our favor is a little bit concerning. I think we'll be okay. I am having people getting along here as far as I think it will work. But again, this is where you got to make sure that you're hedged, because you can defend on the way down if this happens. But overall, I like the market, but again, it's very scary and very tough right now because there's not a lot of action. And basically, every time you see a little bit of a rally, they come in and sell it hard. And here we are sitting down here, lingering around the bottoms. And again, if we get that big rally day, which is very possible, I'd be more inclined to want to sell into that rally. I'd like to see us hold here and work it out a little bit and consolidate for the next couple of days. And then I'd be much comfortable going here. And because I don't want to see in the beef what's happening in the hogs right now. Once they broke 58, the level has been it's total obliteration, and every day they try to rally a little bit. Every morning they open a little bit higher, and every afternoon in come the sellers. And if we can't hold somewhere around here, 52 or so, I think you're probably going to break 50. And I'm hoping that's not the case, but that is certainly the indication here. I think it's a very tenuous market at best. I think we have to be very cautious here. But again, I still like the space. I think there's a lot of outside noise involving here, but let's be careful here. And I would not be bringing in new money right now to be investing here. If I'm hedged, I'm okay, but I would expect better prices, and I don't want to see one of these gigantic rallies off of this bottom, because that would indicate short covering to me.
Well, Todd, good information. I appreciate all the insight into the markets. Todd, Bubba Horwitz with BubbaTrading.com there in Chicago. A lot to cover in the livestock trade today, Christina.
Yeah, you did say a low volume of trade, though, for today, huh?
Well, everybody's wondering what's going to happen for direction here.
That's right. Okay, thank you so much, Markets Editor Marlon Bowling.